Today, we're bringing 12 mysterious Mississippi legends back to life. Number 1. The Witch of Yazoo City. Long ago in Yazoo City, Mississippi, townspeople whispered about a strange old woman who lived deep in the swamp. She kept to herself, but many believed she lured fishermen to their doom and practiced dark magic in secret. Children were warned to stay far away from her crumbling shack. It wasn't until 1884, when a local sheriff chased her through the muddy marsh, that her terrifying legend truly took shape. She was finally caught and cornered, but just before she died, she cursed the town. "In 20 years," she hissed, "I will return and burn Yazoo City to the ground." Her body was buried in Glenwood Cemetery and chained down with heavy iron links to keep her spirit trapped. Still, her chilling words echoed through the town, unsettling everyone who had heard them. Exactly 20 years later, in 1904, a massive fire broke out and ripped through Yazoo City. Over 200 homes and nearly every business in the downtown area were destroyed. Strangely, no one could say where the fire started, and when people rushed to check the witch's grave, they found the chains had been mysteriously snapped and twisted apart. To this day, visitors come to Glenwood Cemetery to see the grave of the Witch of Yazoo. Some say they hear whispers drifting through the mossy air. Others swear they feel watched by something they cannot see. And while Yazoo City has long since rebuilt, her curse still hangs over the town like smoke, a reminder that some legends never die. Number 2. The Chadawa Monster. In the peaceful pine forests of Pike County, near the small town of Chadawa, strange things have been seen for well over 100 years. Locals speak of a towering creature covered in dark matted fur, with glowing red eyes and an awful, musky smell. The creature moves quickly and silently, often vanishing into the trees before anyone gets a clear look. Folks around here call it the Chadawa Monster. The earliest stories go back to the 1800s, when railroad workers claimed something was watching them from the shadows. Livestock began to disappear, and eerie howls echoed through the quiet woods at night. Some believed it was just a bear, but too many witnesses described something walking upright, with long arms and terrifying speed, unlike anything they had seen before. In the 1970s, the sightings came back stronger than ever. Drivers reported a massive figure darting across country roads. Hunters discovered huge clawed footprints in the mud. A few even said the monster knocked over barrels or stared at them from the trees before slipping into the darkness. But just like in the past, the creature always vanished before anyone could catch it. Even today, the legend of the Chadawa Monster keeps the locals curious and cautious. No one's been able to trap it, and no one has ever proven it real. But the stories haven't stopped, and in the deep woods of Mississippi, where the trees grow thick and shadows move, people still wonder what's really out there. Number 3. King's Tavern. In the heart of historic Natchez sits King's Tavern, the oldest standing building in the city, dating back to the 1700s. Built from sunken cypress and beams from old sailing ships, the tavern served as a post office, an inn, and even a hideout for criminals along the Natchez Trace. But beyond its rich history, it's best known for its ghost stories, especially the tale of a woman named Madeline. Legend says Madeline was a young mistress of the tavern's owner, and she mysteriously vanished one day. For years, no one knew what happened to her, until the 1930s, when renovations revealed her body hidden behind a fireplace, along with a dagger. Locals whispered that she had been murdered out of jealousy, and ever since, her spirit has refused to leave. Staff and guests have reported hearing footsteps upstairs when no one's there, glasses shattering on their own, and sudden cold spots in the warm Mississippi air. Some even claim they've seen Madeline's ghostly figure in a flowing dress, wandering the hall or staring from the upstairs window, her presence both sad and watchful. Today, King's Tavern is a restaurant again, and while visitors come for the food, many also come hoping for a glimpse of its famous ghost. Whether she's seeking justice or simply reliving her past, Madeline's story lingers in the creaking wood and candlelight, a reminder that not every guest at King's has truly left. Number 4. Moonman of Kilgore Hills. Deep in the piney woods of Clay County, near the quiet and rolling Kilgore Hills, a strange and eerie figure has haunted local lore for generations. Known as the Moonman, he's described as unusually tall and hairless, with pale, glowing skin that reflects the moonlight like polished stone. Sightings are rare, but those who've seen him say he moves without a sound and leaves no trace behind. The legend first gained traction in the 1950s when a group of campers reported seeing something luminous lurking in the trees. At first, they thought it was a trick of the light, but as they watched, a tall, glowing shape stood motionless among the pines as if it were watching them back. The moment one camper stepped toward it, the figure turned and melted into the woods, leaving nothing but stillness behind. Since then, the legend has grown. Hikers have discovered glowing footprints on damp forest trails. Hunters speak of their dogs whining and refusing to enter certain patches of woods near the hills. Some believe the Moonman is an alien who came to Earth and never left. Others think he's the spirit of a forgotten soul, cursed to wander under the stars forever. Whatever the truth may be, one thing remains certain. The Kilgore Hills hold their secrets tightly. When the moon is high and the forest grows quiet, even the most skeptical locals glance over their shoulders. Because somewhere out there, glowing in the shadows, the Moonman might still be watching. Number 5. McRaven House. In Vicksburg, Mississippi, there stands an old home so full of history and mystery that it's been called the most haunted house in the state. Built in stages beginning in 1797, the McRaven House has served as a private home, a Confederate hospital, and even a refuge during times of war. But what makes it truly unforgettable are the spirits said to still linger inside its walls today. One of the most well-known ghosts is Mary Elizabeth Howard, a young woman who died in the house shortly after giving birth in the 1830s. Her bedroom remains just as it was, preserved down to the smallest detail. Visitors often report feeling sudden cold spots or hearing faint sobs coming from behind closed doors. Some say they've even seen her looking out from the windows or walking the halls in a flowing white dress. But Mary isn't the only spirit said to haunt McRaven. There are stories of a murdered outlaw buried near the property and Confederate soldiers whose restless spirits never truly left. Chairs have been seen sliding on their own, doors creak open without reason, and shadows move across the rooms when no one else is there. Tour guides have even said they've been touched or heard whispers with no source in sight. With every guided tour, McRaven House offers more than just a peek into Mississippi's history. It pulls you into a living ghost story, and as long as the house remains standing, it seems the souls of its past will continue to stir, making sure they are never forgotten. Number 6, Chupacabra. Most people think of the Chupacabra as a legend from faraway places like Puerto Rico or Texas, but Mississippi has its own version of this terrifying creature. Starting in the early 2000s, strange sightings and animal deaths began to spread across rural counties in the state. People described a hairless, dog-like beast with sharp teeth, glowing eyes, and a chilling habit, attacking livestock and draining them of blood. The first major reports came from ranchers near Rankin and Jefferson counties. They would wake to find their goats or chickens dead, not torn up, but strangely untouched, except for 2 small puncture marks. There was no blood on the ground and no tracks to follow. Whatever was responsible moved quickly and seemed to vanish into thin air. Witnesses began reporting sightings of a strange animal, unlike anything they'd seen before, smaller than a coyote, but muscular and completely bald, with dark leathery skin. One farmer claimed he fired at the creature, only to watch it leap into the woods and disappear without a sound. As the reports grew, so did the legend. Soon, the Mississippi Chupacabra had captured the curiosity of locals and reporters alike. Even now, no one knows for sure what the creature was. Some say it was just a sick animal, like a mangy fox or wild dog. Others believe something far more mysterious is still out there, hiding in the woods and fields. Whatever the truth is, the legend of the Mississippi Chupacabra refuses to die, leaving behind questions, fear, and more than a few sleepless nights. Number 7, Deer Island, Headless Pirate. Just off the coast of Biloxi lies Deer Island, a quiet stretch of land surrounded by mystery. Long before casinos lined the shore, old sailors told stories of a ghostly pirate who guards buried treasure there. But this isn't just any pirate. It's said he was beheaded by his own crewmates, and now his angry spirit roams the island, still searching for his missing head. The tale dates back to at least the 1800s, when 2 fishermen anchored near the island. As night fell, they spotted something strange coming through the trees. It looked like a man, but as it got closer, they realized it had no head. Terrified, they paddled away as fast as they could. Over the years, others have reported seeing the same figure, always headless, always near the same part of the island. Local lore claims the pirate's treasure was buried somewhere along the beach, and the ghost rises to protect it. Strangely, anyone who tries to dig in that area hears moaning in the wind or sees strange lights flicker through the dark. Many believe the headless pirate won't rest until the treasure is found, or maybe until someone returns what was taken. To this day, Deer Island remains mostly untouched, and those who visit at night often leave with goosebumps. Whether it's a lost soul or just a tale passed through generations, the legend of the headless pirate still haunts Mississippi's Gulf Coast. Number 8, White Bigfoot of Oakville. Deep in the woods of Oakville, Mississippi, people whisper about a creature unlike anything else in the state, Described as a large, white, hairy figure standing over 7 feet tall, this beast has become known as the White Bigfoot. While Bigfoot legends exist all over the country, this one stands out not just for its color, but for the fear it leaves behind. Reports of the creature began in the 1970s when hunters, farmers, and even local children claimed to see a tall white figure moving through the trees. Some say it let out an ear-splitting howl, while others say it stared silently before disappearing into the brush. It left behind enormous footprints and broken tree limbs, as if something massive had passed through. Unlike the more curious Bigfoot stories from other states, the White Bigfoot of Oakville is often described as aggressive. One family even claimed their dogs went missing after a sighting. Locals grew so nervous that some refused to go into the woods alone after dark. While no one has ever captured a photo, the sightings continued for decades. Some say it's a rare albino version of the legendary creature. Others think it's something even older, tied to native legends of forest spirits. Whatever it is, the creature has remained one of Mississippi's most chilling mysteries. Even now, Oakville's thick forests keep their secrets well, and those who live nearby say if you ever hear a strange howl or catch a glimpse of white fur moving through the trees, don't follow it. Just walk away. Number 9. Witch Dance. Along the Natchez Trace Parkway, there's a quiet, shaded spot known as Witch Dance. At first glance, it looks like any other peaceful clearing in the forest, but according to local legend, this was once a sacred gathering place for witches, where they danced under the moonlight and left behind strange marks that still refused to grow grass. The Choctaw people, who lived in the area long before settlers arrived, believed the land had dark energy. They warned that those who disturbed it might be cursed. Later, travelers along the old trail told stories of eerie sounds, flashes of light, and a feeling of being watched. The dead patches in the ground, perfectly round and scattered like footprints, were said to be the exact spots where the witches' feet touched as they danced. During the 1800s, wagon drivers and riders passing through the area reported seeing glowing figures and hearing whispers coming from the trees. Some claimed to have nightmares for weeks after camping near Witch Dance. Though there's no physical proof of witches ever living there, the land's strange appearance and the consistency of the stories keep the legend alive. Today, signs along the parkway still warn visitors of the area's haunted past. Even in daylight, Witch Dance has a heavy silence to it, like the forest is holding its breath. Whether it was witches, ancient spirits, or just nature playing tricks, the mystery continues to send shivers down the spines of those who pass by. Number 10. Pasigula River Aliens. In 1973, 2 Mississippi men claimed they had an encounter that would make headlines across the country. Charles Hickson and Calvin Parker were fishing along the Pasigula River when just after sunset, a strange buzzing filled the air. Out of nowhere, a glowing object appeared above the water, and what happened next became one of the most famous alien abduction cases in U.S. history. According to the men, the object landed silently, and 3 beings floated out. They weren't like anything they'd ever seen, tall, gray, with wrinkled skin and claw-like hands. The beings grabbed them and took them aboard the craft. Hickson said they were examined by a strange machine then returned to the riverbank, shaken but unharmed. The men rushed to report the event, and to everyone's surprise, they passed lie detector tests and were consistent in every interview. What made the story even more convincing was the secret recording made by officers after the interview. While left alone in a room, the two men kept whispering in fear, clearly not knowing they were being recorded. The tape caught them reliving the experience, still terrified and confused. Many saw this as proof that something truly strange had happened. To this day, the Pasigula River remains tied to one of the most debated encounters in UFO history. Statues and signs now stand in honor of the sighting, and people still gather near the river each year, hoping to glimpse something unusual in the sky. Number 11. Three-Legged Lady of Nash Road. Nash Road, just outside Columbus, Mississippi, looks like any ordinary stretch of country pavement. But once the sun sets, locals say it becomes the stomping ground of one of the state's strangest spirits, the Three-Legged Lady. For generations, teens and thrill seekers have come here to test their courage and maybe catch a glimpse of her. The story goes that the ghost is a grieving mother, once stitched together with the leg of her dead daughter after a tragic accident. Others say she's the ghost of a woman who lost her child to violence and now roams with a third leg, symbolic of her eternal search. No matter the version, the outcome is always the same. If you stop your car on the road at night, honk your horn, and wait, something may chase you. Many have reported hearing thuds on their trunk, as if something heavy and fast is running behind the car. Some even say they've seen a figure with a long, unnatural stride keeping pace with their vehicle in the rearview mirror. Screams have been heard in the dark woods, and those who dare to linger often leave in a panic. Though no official record explains the origin of the tale, the legend has been passed down for decades. Nash Road remains a favorite destination for ghost hunters, and the Three-Legged Lady is now part of Mississippi's eerie folklore, one that still gives chills to anyone brave enough to drive that road after dark. Number 12. Mont Helena. In the quiet delta town of Rolling Fork, a grand white mansion rises above the trees, Mont Helena. Built in the late 1800s atop an ancient Native American mound, this historic house has long been tied to ghost stories, especially those surrounding the lady of the home, Helen Johnstone Harris. What happened here blends deep love, heartbreak, and the lingering presence of a spirit that may never have left. Helen was once engaged to a minister named Henry Vick, but just days before their wedding, he was killed in a duel. Heartbroken, Helen never fully recovered. Years later, she married another man and built Mont Helena with him. But even in her new life, those close to her said she never stopped mourning her first love. It's believed that when she died, her spirit remained with the house, and so did his. Visitors and staff have long claimed to see a woman in a long white dress walking the upper floor, her face always sorrowful. Lights flicker without cause, cold spots move through rooms, and footsteps echo where no one stands. Some say they've even seen a second figure, a man, standing near the stairs, silently watching her. Despite the peaceful look of the estate, there's a sadness that lingers in the air. Mont Helena stands not only as a piece of Mississippi history, but also as a place where love, tragedy, and memory seem woven into its very walls. For many, it remains one of the most elegant yet haunted homes in the state. If you enjoyed the video, please click the like button. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. See you in the next one.